Okay. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to great ever glories to Srila Prabhupada. So today we are blessed. We have His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Maharaj here with us, going to speak Bhagavatam, SRIMAD Bhagavatam. So we encourage and urge all the devotees to be very attentive. So Maharaj, if you are ready, we can put the verse on the screen and you may begin.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Om Agyanat Mirandasya Gyananjana Sarakayat Chakshuramitam Denitasmin Sri Devi Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manabhisan Sakujan Jena Bhutale Swayam Bhupakada Eham Devati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhaktarani. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. SRIMAD Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18. Maharaj Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy. Text number 6. Jasmine
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I think there's something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah, I think internet. Well, he will come back.
Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Girivardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry for my disconnection.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So we're going to put the verse back.
Okay. SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, Canto 1, Chapter 18. Maharaj Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy. Text number 6. Jaismin ahani jar deva adaive hanuva brit to solve adharma prabhavaka adharma prabhavakalihi Jasmin ahani jar deva Bhagavan pulsa sara jagam tadaive hanubrit to solve adharma prabhavakalihi Jasmin ahani jar deva Bhagavan pulsa sara jagam tadaive hanubrit aso adharma prabhavakali. Jasmine, on that, ahani, very day, yarhi eva, in the very moment, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Pursa Saraja, left aside, gam the earth. Tada, at that time, eva, certainly, iha, in this world, anuvritaha, followed, as how he, a dharma, religion, Prabhabaha, accelerating, Kalihi, the personality of Korel. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The very day and moment the personality of Godhead or Sri Krishna left this earth, the personality of Kali to promote all kinds of irreligious activities came into this world. Purport. The personality of Godhead and his holy name, qualities, etc. are all identical. The personality of Kali was not able to enter the jurisdiction of the earth due to the presence of the personality of Godhead. And similarly, if there is an arrangement for the constant chanting of the holy names, qualities, etc., of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no chance at all for the personality of Kali to enter. That is the technique of driving away the personality of Kali from the world. In modernized human society, there are great advancement of material science, and they have invented the radio to distribute sound in the air. So instead of vibrating some nuisance sound for sense enjoyment, if the state arranges to distribute transcendental sound by resounding the holy name, fame, and activities of the Lord, as they are authorized in this Bhagavad Gita or SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, then a favorable condition would be created. The principles of religion in the world will be re-established. And those executive heads who are so anxious to drive away corruption from the world will be successful. Nothing is bad if properly used for the service of the Lord. So that is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 6 of SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, Canto 1, Chapter 18, entitled Maharaj Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy. We want to thank all the devotees who are present here, and you beg your blessings so we can say something that is beneficial. So, Jasmine Ahani Jarhi Eva Bhagwan Kusasara Jagam. That the personality of Godhead, the moment he left, Lord Krishna came in before Kali Yuga began. That is towards the end of Draupadi Yuga. And he left before the end of Draupadi Yuga. And that is calculated to be 125 years. So, as soon as he left, tada, ibe ha anu brito aso. That very moment, Adharma Kali, the propagator of irreligious activity, Kali entered the material world. How did he enter? He entered through the cursing of Maharaj Parikshit. That Maharaj Parikshit, as a history, recorded the activities of Maharaj Parikshit. He was informed by Uddhava that he's going to leave the planet untimely. So he was aware of his entire life. When he was in the womb of his mother, Uttara, Ashwatthama, desiring to completely wipe out the devotional lineage of devotees whom Krishna always appointed to lead his material world. He sent a Brahmastra weapon to kill Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. Actually, he destroyed the body of Parikshit Maharaj. Lord Krishna created another body for Parikshit Maharaj and saved his life from being destroyed. Because he had the duty to perform. While he was doing his duty, would have informed him that he will live untimely. But his departure would be a glorious one because Lord Krishna is going to use the Sukadeva Goswami to give SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM to the world. Through him, Uddhava gave Bhagavatam to the queens of Krishna from Dwarka. Maharaj Parikshit wanted to hear. Uddhava told him, that Bhagavatam is not for you. His Bhagavatam will be for the whole world. So he should go and get ready for that. So as a devotee, he is well aware what is ahead of him, and he was prepared. So as he was touring and visiting the forest, he entered a sage ashram and he met him meditating. It is not his making, it is the arrangement of providence. To always show how a devotee behaves, how a devotee responds to every situation, especially the difficult situation that not everybody will respond to it positively. Only devotee will respond to it positively. So he said he was meditating and following the providence. He considered him, you are pretending you don't want to give me water to drink, and I'm thirsty. So to punish him, he placed a dead snake on his neck. And they say small boy who was playing around, he came after that, I saw that his father was insulted by placing a dead snake on his body. And he pronounced a curse. The king who did this would die by the bite of a snake in 7 days. So Parashit Maharaj, he got that. And he responded to it in a very positive, very, very positive. But the point is that this is the beginning of Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga entered as soon as Krishna left through the cursing, or they say, through the falling of Brahmanas. The Brahmanas fell down. This very moment that the curse, of course, it was done by a Brahmana boy. What is a Brahmana who did? This is the fall of the Brahmanas. That they did not utilize their position properly. So he cursed him, he will die in 7 days. The result of that cursing brought in the personality of Kali, which is described here. The personality of Kali who promote all kinds of irreligious activities. The Brahmanas brought Kali into this world. Well, we can attribute, like Christians, we can attribute our problem to the Brahmanas. Like Christians are blaming Satan to be the cause of their suffering. So if we're not careful, we can also do the same thing, blaming the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas cause our problem, the cause of our problem. We are suffering because of the fall of Brahmanas. Because that is how things became degraded. When Brahmanas failed from the position, the Kshatriyas, they noticed that and they reacted. Since the Brahmanas have fallen, there is no need for us to respect the Brahmanas. They revolted against the Brahmanas. The Vaishyas also revolt against the Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas. And they should also revolt against the Vaishyas, the Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas. This is how everything became degraded to the stage where we are. The fall of the Brahmana race. And we know the Brahmanas are the head. So whatever happened to the head will affect the whole body. Prabhupada said in the purpose, the personality of Godhead and his holy name, the qualities, etc., are all identical. There's no difference between them. They are the same. Yes, they are the same because both are absolute. Both are absolute. They're eternal and always the same. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the Vacha and the Vachika, they are the same. The form, the personality of God, and his name, they are the same. But when you have two things, there's always a difference. The name of Krishna is superior to the personality of Krishna himself. And we can see that from our personal experience. Everybody qualified or not qualified, Brahmana or not Brahmanas, chant the holy name of Krishna. But not everybody will serve the deities of Krishna. Only Brahmanas. So the name of Krishna is more merciful, more kind, more powerful than Krishna himself. The name, yes. We have the 10 offenses that should be avoided while we're chanting the holy name. And we have so many principles that we should avoid in dealing with the deities. That's about Thakur explained. And also then in the SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, Canto 6, SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, chapter 2, text 10 and 11. The Namabhas is described to be in 4 categories. Namabhas. And both the Bhagavatam, Bhakti Chakra, who are giving explanation to this different ways of the 4 categories of the Namabhas. They concluded, even with Namabhas, one can make advancement. A Jamila make advancement to attain Krishna, not from pure name, but from Namabhas. The chanting of the holy name of Lord Vishnu is a base process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or relative, for one who kills a Brahmin, for one who indulges in sex with the wife of his guru or another superior. It is also the base method of atonement for one who murders women, the king or his father, for one who slaughters cows, and for all other sinful men, simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord Vishnu. Such sinful persons may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord, who therefore considers, because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him all protection. It's the glory of the holy name. One can chant the name in Namabhas and still have the mercy. It is not a license. It is not a license for us to chant the name in Namabhas. But it is the sign or the proof of Krishna's costless mercy through his holy name, that the Lord is so kind, so merciful, that he makes so much arrangement in all directions to be sure that he gets us to give us a chance to take to Krishna consciousness in all circumstances. In all circumstances. By following the Vedic ritualistic ceremony or undergoing atonement, sinful men do not become as purified as if by chanting once the holy name of Hari. Although ritualistic atonement may free one from sinful reactions, it does not awaken devotional service, unlike the chanting of the Lord's holy names, which reminds one of the Lord's fame, qualities, attributes, pastimes, and paraphernalia. I think it's not this one. Yes. The name of Krishna is powerful and is superior to Krishna in his form. Yes. So that is Krishna's costless mercy. And it is very important, very, very important. Yeah, the text I was referring to is text 14. Text 14. One who chants the holy name of the Lord is immediately free from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly. Four types of numbers. To indicate something else, jokingly for musical entertainment, or even neglectful. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. So we know that inattentive chanting is a great offense. But here, the Bhagavatam is saying neglectful chanting is also one. Why? Because it has to do with the Lord. It has to do with the Lord, which the merciful form of the Lord. Therefore, although it is not a license, but it is a powerful process Krishna has given for us to show us the way. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying in the purport here that The best way to keep Kali away from acting upon us is the constant chanting of the holy name of Krishna. And he gave an example. In a mundane world, we have created radio to broadcast mundane music, and people are getting contaminated from this demonic sound that is being produced by mundane people. We can do this by transcendental sound. Transcendental sound is the opposite, or the means to counteract the negative sound. The material came out from the sound in ignorance. And to counteract that, there is a need for a transcendental sound to counteract that. So Prabhupada is recommending here. Similarly, if there is an arrangement for the constant chanting of the holy names, qualities, etc., or the supreme personality of Godhead, there is no chance at all for the personality of Kali to enter. There is no chance. There is no chance, and there will never be a chance for Kali to enter. When Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name, a prostitute came. Not only prostitutes came to Haridas. A prostitute came to Haridas. I spent 3 days. What was the result of Haridas chanting? A prostitute became a devotee. Saved her head. Sanyasini, I was also chanting the same 300,000 names of Krishna like her guru. Yes, that is a proof of a bona fide spiritual master and a bona fide disciple. That's the proof. Bona fide spiritual master, bona fide disciple. What is the proof? The proof is that the bona fide disciple is promoted to the platform as bona fide guru. So the disciple also was chanting before Tulsi Devi 300,000 names like her guru. And never be deviated, never was she affected by anything external. Anything external does not exist. So Prabhupada says here, Kali will never enter. Haridas proved that Kali did not enter. So after the prostitute, Durga herself came personally to meet Haridas and spent the same 3 days. And what was the result? Haridas transformed her into a devotee. And Kali said, Durga told Haridas, you cheated me. Why you cheated me? Because you're a devotee. No, Krishna is your name. Krishna in the heart of all living entities. Krishna is not only in the heart of Haridas. Krishna in the heart of all living entities. All living entities. But Durga Devi said, you cheated me because Krishna is in your heart. I asked my husband, Lord Shiva, to initiate me. He didn't do it. So I would take initiation. Haridas initiated her to chanting the holy name of Krishna. So it is true that by chanting the holy name, by chanting the holy name, Kali will never come. If you are chanting Namapas, if you are chanting alphabet, Kali will come. Because he is not strong enough to keep Kali outside. But the holy name, Kali will never enter. She does not have power to enter. And Prabhupada continue. That is the technique of driving away the personality of Kali from the world. There's no other process of doing it. The process of chanting. So as mundane sound is being promoted and increasing our suffering, our sinful activities in different ways. If we increase the vibration of transcendental holy name of Krishna all over the world, Kali will never enter. And Prabhupada said here, will never enter. She will not enter. She has no power to enter. She doesn't have power to enter. The same with devotees who are chanting the holy name. Kali will never enter there. There can be several attempts. Yes, that is okay. That attempt is not bad because the attempt is to prove the position of that devotee. How much that devotee is surrendered to Krishna. How much that devotee is faithfully following the spiritual master. How much that devotee is situated in Krishna consciousness. Several attempts are being made and will continue to be made. It is just to prove the position of transcendental nature of the devotee in connection with Krishna, who in between them, the holy name of Krishna is a preoccupation. We are seeing the result of Haridas chanting. We have had many times this chanting of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, other Goswamis. We are daily seeing the result of proper chanting of the holy, that the world is dancing and kirtan of the holy name. That's the result of proper chanting. That is the quality of the japa. And Rupa Goswami told us how also the harmonic chanting has effect. So Rupa Goswami said, when Narada Muni chanted the holy name, this holy name was chanted. So you understand? And Prabhupada is saying, was chanted the holy name, Kali will never enter. That's true. Narada Muni chanted the holy name of Krishna. The poison on Lord Shiva's neck, which made his neck blue, disappeared. And Shiva's wife became suspicious. This is not my husband. Who is this person disguised as my husband? My husband does not have a white neck. My husband's neck is blue. This person disguised as my husband. She started to suspect Lord Shiva because his blue neck disappeared from the chanting of Narada Muni. Not only that, Rupa Goswami continued to mention Narada Muni chanting turns the Balaram dhoti into white. Balaram wears blue dhoti. And Narada Muni chanted the holy name of Krishna. They sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Balaram's blue dhoti changed to white. And River Jamuna turned to milk. And behold, the gopis entered the Jamuna water and started churning the milk, to produce honey, to produce ghee, butter, and other things. It's churned Jamuna. From now, the moon is Jap, the same holy name. The name has different effects according to the potency of the chanter. Rupa Goswami said, this name I cannot explain. I don't have the power to explain how powerful the name is. I want to say Krishna. Our stupid mind and foolish mind will stop to function as a foolish mind. The mind will be put to rest so we can have the peace to practice pure devotional service to Krishna. then the tongue will become insufficient to chant the holy name. Then the ear also become insufficient, that one will start looking for where to buy to chase more ears to at this to hear, want to buy more tongues, want to buy more ears. That's Rupa Goswami's result of chanting the holy name. So it is true that the name will put off Kali completely. There's no chance of entering. So instead of vibrating some nuisance sound for sense enjoyment, if the state arranges to distribute the transcendental sound by resounding the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I recommended in Bhagavad Gita, SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, then a favorable condition will be created. Favorable condition will be created. What is that favorable condition? Favorable condition will be created. We'll have a Vaikuntha atmosphere. Vaikuntha atmosphere. Vaikuntha experience. The Kali will not exist again. Kali will not exist again. The principle of religion in the world will be re-established. Hare Krishna devotees have the responsibility. This is our responsibility. And our responsibility has been described as huge. Our job is huge because you have the service to re-establish the principle that Kali would never enter again a favorable situation which will be felt by everyone. So those who are anxious to see this but have no means to do it, they will see the Hare Krishna people doing this. And then everything will be successful. Properly concluded. Nothing is bad if properly used for the service of the Lord. He said this in Bhagavad Gita also, in chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada said, everything is useful, but the principle, the utility depends on man in knowledge. Just like an experienced cook would take a knife to the kitchen and we are going to have heavy, sweet feast. Because you know how to use it. Nothing is bad if properly used in the service of Lord Krishna. So the sound, mundane sound can be counteracted by transcendental sound. And by doing this, Kali will run away. Kali will flee in fear. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakura described this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Only not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but his associate. They started chanting the holy name and they were going from Ghat to Ghat at the bank of Ganga. Kali ran out of fear. So it is true that this does exist, that we will not experience Kali if we sincerely and seriously engage ourselves in chanting the holy name of Krishna, following at the footsteps of our chariots. Etan dirvidya mananam ichatam paya. Yoginam nirpandrinatam harinama anukirtana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you so much for the class as usual. I'm sure devotees are very much happy to have your association after quite a number of months going drought without your association. And I believe devotees may have some questions or some realizations to share. So devotees, if you have a question, you indicate by using the hand emoji, or you raise your physical hand and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question. Ganga Prashad Prabhu, please unmute.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, obeisances at your lotus feet, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you very much for the class. I wanted to kind of use this, your lecture, as a referral to the late discussion we were having yesterday, that you said everybody should write down what they think will be the solution. And here we are, from the purport of Prabhupada, we are getting solution. And so my question is, in a situation where there's already abnormalities, what will be the approach of application to get results? Like you said, Narad Muni chanted and Yamuna turned to milk. Narad Muni chanted, neck of Shiva became white. Narad Muni chanted, Balaram Jyoti became white. What should be that mood that we imbibe to be able to use this same machinery to effect change in our present experience? Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for your beautiful question. Yeah, thank you. And for your contribution. Thank you. Yes, in everything there is always a formula. In everything that we do, there's a formula. So the formula of getting to that platform is that one should chant the holy name, begging our acharyas, begging the holy name, begging the Lord for the blessing, for the mercy to rise to this. It's by begging. Without begging, we cannot get. It's by begging. And who is going to beg? A person who is proud will not beg. Only a humble person will beg. So the begging requires humility. And one also have the need that I'm convinced that this is what I need. I need this. I need a pure name of Krishna. Then with all the qualifications, the qualities are going with the humility, begging, they will come in. And when our child sees our genuine sincerity, they will empower us to do that. This is the formula. These are requirements. So Lachitama will tell us the perfection of chanting should be done with humility. And that is theory. And then Srabhakti make it practical. You should beg the Lord. I don't have the qualification to do this. You should give me this qualification. This is the formula. And if this is followed, we are sure to get a success.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Maharaj. Anyone else with any question, please?
They have questions, they can have comments. We have many experienced devotees.
All right.
Other devotees say, yeah, and support. Our system is that to support. This will support.
So if you heard Maharaj says, question, comment, realization. Shri Govinda Prabhu, please unmute. You are muted. Okay, good.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you. All glories
Thanks
to
very much.
Gurudev. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
And all glories to all the Sangha devotees. Maharaj, my question is about the influence of Kali Yuga. One of the qualities in Kali Yuga is that of forgetfulness. We are prone to forget so easily. We've been hearing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, these instructions every day.
Mm.
And as soon as we finish the discussion, we forget most of the things that were discussed.
Mm.
And we also know that the spiritual activities never go in vain. And as a result of that, whether one remembers or not, the person will still have a benefit.
Mm.
Materially speaking, when we eat, the body and the food goes through the process and nourish the body
Mm.
in the form of glucose, sugar, and all that. So may I know how does the hearing process in Krishna consciousness grow the spirit, grow the soul?
Okay, thank you. Nice question. Thank you. How does hearing grow the soul? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is clearly mentioned that hearing is the watering of the plant of devotional kripa. That is hearing. How does he nourish the soul? We take shower every day, so the water is falling on the body, and we apply some force and some other chemicals to wash the body, to keep the body clean. So how do we wash the soul? Because it's inside, and our material water will not reach there. How are we going to do that? The process of washing the soul, cleaning the soul, is by hearing Krishna Katha. That is a process. That the hearing is like the betting. That is the betting which we are doing every day for the body. That's the betting for the soul. And we hear. What are we hearing? We are hearing about Krishna. By hearing about Krishna, that hearing goes to the soul and it cleanses the soul, because it is very, very powerful that it destroys all the narratives. The hearing destroys all the narratives, all the unnecessary things that is blocking us from the reality. They get destroyed by hearing. The hearing goes directly to the soul and knock off all the unnecessary things. So the hearing is recommended to be very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important, because that is how we get nourished. How did Parikshit Maharaj got free? By hearing from Sukadeva Goswami. How he got it? So, though here also there are qualifications. Like we said, everything has come back.
Give me 5 to clean this up real quick.
So
I'll try to.
Hearing has qualifications, has a process. And if you don't have these qualities, you are not going to hear. Especially in people who are too preoccupied with The poverty mentality, they will not hear. People are preoccupied with the poverty mentality, with a strong intent desire for material gratification. They will not hear anything. They will never hear anything. They will not have the interest to hear. They will not hear anything. Nothing will penetrate. And people who already knows what is going to be spoken will never hear. Those who feel proud that they know something, they will not hear. They're already blocked. And those who are already very, very tired, bodily, mentally, they're already very, very tired. They will not hear also. The body can be there, but they will not hear. And they will not hear anything. So, Sri Goswami mentioned in the Bhagavatam, second chapter of first canto. The affinity to hear Krishna Katha is what? Service to pure devotee. It is service to pure devotee. Without the service of pure devotee, we will not have the quality to hear. And that is going to Shradana Vasdeva Kataruchi Shan Mahal Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtani Sevana. Bhagavatam 1:2:16. Oh, twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely freed from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity to hear the messages of Vasudeva. So the things to be avoided and the thing that should be applied. So we have mentioned the thing to be avoided. The thing to be applied is one, to service to pure devotees. Second, we should have the humility, we should have the faith, have the eagerness, and we have the trust that the person who went to speak is going to give me something that my spiritual master and Krishna have were sending through the speaker to me. That conviction should be there. Then we will hear. And Krishna and Vrindavan Das Thakur said, when such devotee hears, it goes to the heart, and they will start to meditate and contemplating. When will this become my own life? This is the potency of hearing. And when we think like that, that is meditation. And that meditation is a cleansing. It's a cleansing process for the soul. This is how we bathe the soul. In the third canto of SRIMAD Bhagavatam, chapter 25, text 25, Kapil Muni recommends that this hearing is best among devotees. If you want to have the effect of hearing, it is done among devotees. Yes, we should individually hear, we should individually read, but it is 1,000 times better when we hear with devotees. So we have regular Bhagavatam class who can hear together. It's very, very powerful. And it cleans the heart from all the contaminations which have been there since time immemorial. And we regularly chant this mantra. Before beginning the Bhagavad, I always chant this. So by putting this, yes, this is 325. It's there. Rasayana. It is. So we have mentioned the positive and the negative thing that can be put into place for us to make the hearing effective, to be able to purify the soul and give us what we're looking for in Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Prabhu, for asking me the question.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for this wonderful practical answers you're giving. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj. His Grace Srivastvanachari, please, you may unmute. Hare Krishna. Good to see you. Hare Krishna. You may go ahead and speak, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I say my humble obeisances, all glories to Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you. Thank you for your beautiful class.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, when you mentioned you gave you described those who cannot hear, those who are not qualified to hear, or those who are disqualified to hear. As we were mentioning that, I was also thinking about Queen Kunti's prayers to Lord Krishna, where he was saying, Janma Ishwarya, Shruta Shribir, that those who are aspiring for good education, yeah, bodily beauty, high education, good birth, and material opulence, that they cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Queen Kunti was saying that. So, and I was thinking, does that mean that a devotee who has these opulences, material opulences, he has a beautiful body, he's very much endowed with knowledge, he's taking an important birth or high birth, he has so much opulence. Does that debar the devotee from approaching the Lord?
Krishna consciousness is beyond poverty and wealth. It has nothing to do with if someone is very wealthy, they are disqualified, or you are wealthy, then you can do devotional service. No. It's not about if one is poor, you can be a better devotee, or if you are poor, you cannot do devotional service. No. It is above all this. In our tradition, in our system, we have so many opulent devotees. Very, very opulent devotees. Ramananda Rai is a governor, he's an opulent devotee. Very opulent. Maharaj Pratap, very opulent devotee. Very opulent, wealthy. And they are all handsome, beautiful people. Pundari Vidyanidhi, beautiful, handsome man with great opulence. At the same time, we have Nakula Brahmachari, extremely very poor. Kolabeshwara, extremely very poor. Sudama Brahmana, extremely very poor. But all of them are all pure devotees. Both those super wealthy ones and the super poor ones, they are all both devotees. Both of them are pure devotees. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu I said, the Kula Brahmachari, I want to take prasadam in your house. I said, oh, my house, you eat it. I'm a beggar. What do you mean? Don't joke with me like this. I know you have, let me cook for you. Don't joke with me like this. At the time, I'm not joking with you. Today, I'm taking my lunch in the house. Go and put something for me. I'm coming. He was very disturbed. And asked devotees, what? See my problem. The devotee said, the Lord didn't ask Kamsa for food. He didn't ask Ravana for food. He asked you for food. Means you want to eat because you're a devotee. Go and cook something. And while you're cooking, don't touch anything. If you're afraid of the Lord's spirit, don't touch anything. Don't talk. Just make sure everything is properly arranged. He went and cooked, and exactly by noon, the Chaitanya came to the house to eat. While he was eating, he said, I have never tasted prasadam like this before. I have never tasted this. I have never tasted prasadam like this. And after prasadam, something mysterious happened. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't go to his house. He slept in the house. There is no bed. There is no bed. There is no bed in the house. Chaitanya who slept there in the house. And while he was sleeping, very fortunate devotee was sleeping by his side. And the Chaitanya who raised his hand on this body, on the body of this devotee, and this body started, he said he was transferred to a different planet. He was seeing so many wonderful things. He got up shouting, but he couldn't speak. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what is happening to him? Did he see something? Or something happening to him? What is happening? And Chaitanya asked him not to speak in it. What he has seen. He saw the supreme personality of God, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was lying there as a sannyasi. He was completely dressed in opulence and sweet, billions of the sun put together, not equal to him, cannot be compared to him. He saw this wonder. This is a poor person saying this, but rich people didn't see that. So Krishna consciousness is beyond poverty and richness. It is a consciousness. Yes, having said this, yes. The scriptures in our charity told us that beauty, education, wealth, and being born in an aristocratic family is a disqualification for pure love of God. That is for conditioned souls, but not for pure devotees. It's for conditioned souls who does not know how to apply these things, and they're thinking that these things are an all and all. It's a disqualification. They would never have Krishna consciousness, but not for pure devotees. That's my little understanding. You can add to it.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj. This is a beautiful question. Perfect answer. So, Salika Prabhu, please, you may unmute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. Augustus Confounder Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us this nectar. Sometimes when you hear the same thing, but from different person with different potency, it has a way of affecting the heart. Thank you so much. I personally appreciate this class because it's bordering on the essence of Krishna consciousness. And I'm absolutely convinced about the efficacy of the holy name. In the SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, 1st Canto, chapter 7, Study Goswami mentioned something very interesting. He said that the material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by linking the process of devotional service. So he further said that, but the mass of people do not know this, and therefore, Srila Vyasadeva compiled the Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth, emphasizing the potency of this hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing the holy name of the Lord. And you have nicely quoted several verses to buttress how the holy name can be had. And the 9 processes of elevation in devotional service start with Sadhu Sangha and then Bhajana Kriya, which are the 2 foundations for elevation in Krishna consciousness. For these superfluous miseries can be removed. In the text we read today, somewhere in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that in modernized human society, there are great advancements of material science, and they have invented the radio to distribute sound in the air. So instead of vibrating some news and sound for self-enjoyment, then Prabhupada advised that if the states can use this to propagate auspicious sound. My question is, there are so many impediments in Kali Yuga, we cannot overemphasize them. But this forum of Srimad Bhagavatam, which COVID-19 supposedly are giving us, I'm worried that devotees do not take advantage of it. And we've spoken about this several times. I'm always an advocate of the fact that if there is an opportunity for devotees to come together to chant more, to hear more, because I've experienced that it has an effect in my life. And if it can have effect in a conditioned, gross person like me, it can have effect in others. As institutions, what can we do to help those who are not attracted? Because you also mentioned, quoted a verse where Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning people who have no affinity for hearing. So I'm wondering, what can we do to attract these people who are not attracted to hearing? Because the Prabhupada devised so many means, but then what can we do to get more people to be attracted to hearing? Yes, the institution is unfortunate, but then what can we do as an institution, as leaders, as well-wishers, as compassionate devotees to help this class of people?
Yes, to attract people who are not interested to hearing Bhagavatam. So what can we do to do that? It is by Kirtan Mela. Kirtan Mela. If you organize for Kirtan Mela, people will come together. A businessman or business lady should go to know how to package is good. If you put it directly, people don't take it. If you coat it with sugar, people will take it. So people who don't want to hear, if you say holy name Kirtan for the week, and people will come. People will come. So we can organize it before all the chanters. We can divide the time we're going to spend 6 hours divided to 12 people or 10 people or 20 people, according to our needs. So we divide it. Before any person will do his kirtan, you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes to speak about the glories of the holy name, the importance of hearing. If you do this, everybody who we are attracted to come and participate in the holy name will not only hear the holy name, will also hear the glories of the holy name, which also will come from Bhagavatam, come from Bhagavad Gita, and Chaitanya. In this way, we'll do many things together. Before you do your 30 minutes kirtan or 1 hour kirtan, according to, you must say something to glorify the holy name for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And the remaining one, you should chant. if we organize this, we get people to be attracted to hear. Because it's 10 minutes, so it will not be boring. And then after they are going to channel them, which they are expecting. So they will not know that they will not know that they will going to hear something. So we can organize that, and you get your desire fulfilled. So when we gradually hear and hear, before we know, we start hearing, we develop the affinity to hear.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
We'll do that.
That will be wonderful.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Shri Hari Chakra Prabhu, please, you may unmute.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna
I
Prabhu.
said, Dandava Pranam. I said my obeisances. All glories to you. All glories to Shri Krishna Pad. And all glories to Shri Prabhupada.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for the class. Unfortunately, I was not, I was driving when the class started, but so some parts I did not hear, but I heard when in you answering Govinda's question, you made mention of how the soul is being purified by hearing about Krishna Katha. And I want a little bit more clarification on that point, because I thought for the soul itself, the soul is always pure, but it's been covered. And then our chanting or hearing is to purify the covering where the soul can emanate its original nature, which is pure in nature. So when I heard that, when you use that analogy of the soul being like, you use the analogy of bathing, that if we bathe to clean, and the way of bathing the soul is chanting or hearing. So I want a little bit more clarification on that point.
Prabhu, I think you have already answered the question yourself. Anyway, I will add something to it. And the verse Salika Prabhu quoted the 177, and the verse before that 176. Salika Prabhu, can read it? 176. On the screen, let everybody see. Sorry, Prabhu. You can put it on the screen. Everybody
Okay,
can see.
let me do that.
176.
1, 7. Okay.
No, sorry, 177. What is 7? 177. Next one. Yes, this one, 177, this one.
Yeah. So simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprout up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness.
This is hearing. This is what we get from hearing Bhagavatam. The result of hearing Bhagavatam. There are three things here. Sokha will be removed. Moha will be removed. And fear, Bhaya, will be removed as a result of hearing. So the soul is eternally pure, nothing contaminated. So, nirguna thought, not the thought, nirguna thoughts. That coverings which has blockers has to be removed. What the process is the process of hear. To hear. If we hear constantly, I'm not to partial now instruction bhakti yoga. Yeah, all the narrative will completely wiped. The pure love of Godhead, which is already there in the heart, was brought out once. And the effect of that is that all the necessary things will be destroyed. I will regain our original continuous state of existence, which is pure loving servant of Krishna. Now we move to the next.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Kusha Prabhu, please unmute.
The last one.
Okay,
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. My humble obeisances. Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. My question is, you mentioned we should provide opportunity for people who don't like to hear, to come together and chant and then hear. So my question is, we are coming to the end of the year. When are we having the next end of year meeting to make plans for next year, or any program that people can come together?
I'm sorry, I didn't get.
Okay. My question is, when are we having the next meeting to plan? As you mentioned, we should make plans, provide opportunity for people to come together to chant the holy name and hear Bhagavatam. When are we having program to plan for next year gathering, like Ratatra of next year? Because we need to plan to make the opportunity to happen. Because it costs a lot to make the plan. So I'm asking, when can the meeting for planning happen?
Okay. And it's great, SRIMAD. I think he's making arrangement when to meet. And Salika Prabhu said we're going to organize. When I said we should organize to have it, he said, okay, we're going to do. So we can give the date. We're going to have meeting to. I'm not going to give the date. We have to decide it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank all of you very much for giving me the association.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj. We are very thankful to have your association as always, and more particularly today, blessing the forum, and especially with the wisdom you've given us. We pray and hope that we can, like Govinda Prabhu's question, we can learn, not forget, and try to apply what we've learned. So on this note, we're going to humbly request all the devotees to kindly unmute, and we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express appreciation for Maharaj's presence. Jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Damodara SWAMI MAHARAJ.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.